Magantek, tutemak. Jatam skatna, samgutak kiskaw mua pahtama nanasku magu tawino, takiskaw mawihwa. Uto mo te nia Brenda Albert, uto te miksuati o magsnama togam go Clifford Watney School siga te speaks kwa. Asaminoma, awa, iga kwechimi, igway. Ay, umucho ma mia kasigewen, kasigatama, kasimo smudging. Awo utex namage ostega petawa, wani kakuichimatkiwe. Hi, I would like to welcome everybody, our friends and viewers, to another day of listening to a guest speaker. Her name is Tina Whitford. We are talking live from Clifford Watney School here in Red Pheasant. Tina Whitford is from this reserve, Red Pheasant. She's very knowledgeable. The topic today is smudging or miyakasigewin. And I would like to encourage viewers to ask questions or send in comments. And, that's the whole point of this program, this podcast, that you guys participate. And start sharing. Share the video. Share the video, please. By all means, share. And even if you can't hear us, please let us know so our tech guy here, Nathan, can kind of straighten it out. So I'll move it on over to our teacher who's sitting on the far right of me.
Good morning. I'm Courtney Neal. I teach kindergarten here at Clifford Watney School. And this morning we're going to be talking to Tina about smudging because we're going to be teaching our kindergarten kids about this information. So my first question for Tina is, why do we smudge?
Aya, tamautingane hiwesinaya, ni stai pe migo yan sema saya. Kamam school taman hiwe pe ni stai pe swapa taman pe sin stu taman. Wagi utau yan managa ke gitete. Spin stai mau migo inaya. Kai gasenat. Ego kigoy no tek skate taman. No te kwets mataya ke te aya kake na ste mana ni kane mutet ego me pe mi go ya no mama ste ma aya kispin patto na mo ano ki we muy se sto na mo ani ago ste ma o pis questa ma io se mane egi sai egi tet man ga gi utauyan ego no on, but why do we smudge? A smudge is a long time custom to our indigenous cultures or people. Smudging is a process of purification and cleansing of the mind and the body and the spirit. And smudging gives a sense of re-energizing and being positive. It takes away negativity. And that's why we smudge. And you could smudge anytime, in the mornings and in any time of the day, whenever you feel like smudging. It's good to get connected to the Creator every morning. Every morning when you get up, you give thanks you give thanks to the Creator. When you smudge, the smudge goes up, and when you're praying, it goes to the Creator. It's sort of like a protection, a shield in your body that when you smudge, to have all the negative things away from you and just bring in the positive in your life. Every morning, give thanks to the Creator. Give thanks to the sun, some of the main elements, the sun, he rose again. One more day for us to shine our world. Give thanks to the Creator that you slept well and you woke up to another day. You wake up to a brand new day because every day is brand new.
I am. Tina Whitford gata tau me gui Jim go tau I was the Courtney Neal asked her why do we smudge and said first of all Tina was started off by saying that she's thanking the Creator for allowing her to tell the truth because she was offered tobacco this morning to talk about this topic. And if she misses any kind of information she's sharing, she didn't do that on purpose, that she'll be, with the help of the Creator and the grandfather spirits, they'll help her to say the right words about this topic she was asked to talk about smudging. Go ahead, Courtney.
Okay, thank you. My next question is, when we smudge, what are the protocols for smudging?
When we smudge, we first say the smudges here. When we put the smudge in the smoke and we cleanse our hands with it first, like we're washing your hands with the smoke, right? Next, we smudge our head for a clear mind and thoughts. Then our eyes to see the beauty of creation. Our ears, like to hear all the good things in life. And we smudge our nose and our mouths, to be able to, I was always told to be able to, every body in your head you smudge, like our mouths to clearly will come with good words, like, no negative. And you smudge your whole body, like your heart, that you have, you'll have good feelings towards people and your body, you smudge all over. It's almost like you're putting a shield in front of yourself, when you start the day. So nothing bad happens or, happens to you and you're protected. That's why you smudge your whole body before you go about on your day, because there's a lot of bad things can happen, and that's the shield that you put on yourself when you smudge.
Okay, thank you. So my next question is, when we smudge, we can't wear glasses or anything bright and shiny. How come we can't wear glasses when we smudge?
Well, glasses are removed to avoid blocking our eyes, like we use natural our own eyesight because, God gave us our own eyesight, and that's what should be used when we're doing things, using your own natural view of things. Always reflect back to what was given to you, from the Creator.
Okay, thank you. My next question is, what do we use for smudging?
We use quite a few. Every plant is a sacred plant. Plants like sage, sweetgrass, cedar, tobacco are used to smudge, and it drives a negative energy and purifies everything. Like sweetgrass attracts positive energy, cedar wards off sickness, and tobacco chases bad or negative feelings away. That's what my understanding part of it is.
Okay, thank you.
I kind of interrupted. Just to let you know, there is for every ceremony, there's always smudging involved, and in some ceremonies they have mixtures of smudge, sacred medicines. Si Tina.
Yeah.
Ayaman ay kampagoy mo, and the Sundance they have their own smudge that they men they mix it up. Only them know that that what the kind of plants that they mix, the sacred plants. But some people, man, they especially if you're a young man or a guy, that you're no scapios, a server in those ceremonies, you have that privilege of bringing the smudge the home so your family can use it, and that's it's really just to let the people know that that word smudging, it refers to anything that our people had used in the past. And I would like to Pearl Strongoa, she's got a question here. She's wanting to know, can you explain more about the differences of using different smudges for different reasons? When would we use the sweetgrass or the fungus?
Yep, answer.
Pearl, I can explain this better in Cree. Can you please tell me if you understand Cree? But anyways, I'm going to explain them as much as I can. I'll see. Tina asked me here to help in this. We have different smudges, different plants that we smudge with. Just to let you know, all these plants are always usually gathered during the fall when they're ready to be picked. But again, you must know the protocol, how to pick these plants. You just don't go out onto Mother Earth and start picking them. You have to offer back something like tobacco, and you have to pray to the plant before you pick the plant. And you have to know what these plants are used for. You just don't go out picking them. This sweetgrass, gusk they call it in our language. It's used for everything. Smudging yourself, you know, the kind you braid, the ones that you braid with, you smudge yourself. You can smudge the house with. It can be used for many things. Like every morning, I use two different kinds. When I wake up in the morning, I use two different kinds of smudge, whatever, you know, it's there. Okay, sometimes I use that sweetgrass, I smudge, and that could be used. And another thing is mustos muscusia. They call those buffalo grass. They grow only in certain areas. And again, you pick those at a certain time of the year, which is usually in the fall. Yes. So the buffalo grass, that too has got a sweet smelling smell, and also that's also used for smudging. And usually, they used to, my kukum used to use that mostly for squawak woman. Squaw musk, you know, squaw miakasagan. I remember she used to call it that because she wanted us to respect the sweetgrass. So she made us use that, especially when a woman is going through her moon time. That buffalo shades, they call it. So there are many, this is such a huge topic, this miyakasigan. And we're doing the best we can to explain. And then sometimes some people, some men, they mix different medicinal plants, smudging plants, to make a different kind of miyakasigan, smudging. That too is only certain, you gotta have that knowledge to be able to do that. And if you want, like I said, if you want to gain this knowledge, you have to approach somebody that would know that. I don't know if I kind of helped you with your question there, Pearl Strong. I know you don't understand the language, so that's why I had to explain in English. I'm not very good at explaining things like this in the English language. There are some words that I cannot find in the English language to replace from what I just said in Cree. And Dallas Lee Waskahat said, "Ahaw marka ni yawe ni kawis." Instead mo.
Dallas, yeah.
Okay, kiet one guides kia.
To the nights.
Dallas Lee Waskahat.
On what's that screen? They signal.
Oh,
Madison knows it.
They're
okay.
the celebrities.
One thing I was told by Nohkom, just to let you guys know, he gave up in Pega. She had seen me. Well, not seen me. She had seen somebody. I lost my kuko many years ago. She was my primary teacher. And one time we met a car. And she seen this car with sweetgrass tied around what do you call that? Rear view mirror. And my kukum said, "Kaukstota, don't ever hang a sweetgrass like that. Sweetgrass empay kanata. It's so powerful. Sweetgrass is so clean and so powerful that it should not be hung like that. It's not a trophy. It's to, you put it in your glove compartment or, that's what she told me. And only bring it out when you need to use it while you're traveling. And fungesoma, Pearl Strong. Gipe, then I heard about it, where that Matsaya kay kustak. Like it's you asked that question that the fungus is more powerful against the kustak. They're scared of it, the evil spirits. And another thing is I had heard atumme. Gipe, tenche.
Yeah.
This dried up dog poop. Even the evil spirits are scared of it, especially when it turns white. I had, some people, man, if they see anything around the house, like, if you have a dog or them, and if their poop is all turned white, you place it around their house to kind of keep it safe, I would say. So that's all I can, sorry if I didn't really try to go beyond what you wanted to know. I hope I helped you in that way, Pearl Strong. Okay, go ahead, Courtney. Sorry.
Oh, thank you, Brenda.
Wait, I was going to put down a little bit on that buffalo sage. It's for women that have their time and say they go to somewhere like a cultural activity or whatever, and they're supposed to put that buffalo sage on their in their shoes or where they sit, and wherever they can't go right into the crowd. They have to sit on the outside. When you have this buffalo sage, you sit on the outside of the people, not in the crowd. So that's one thing I wanted to add on.
Okay. I think we covered this one already, hey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the best time to pick it is
in the fall.
and after sometime towards the middle of or end of July. That's when they start blooming, and then towards the fall you pick it.
Okay, thank you.
Before you move on, just to let you know, you were asking about that best time to pick. Like we said in the fall, but some people must remember not to pull the whole root out. To leave it and not to clean the whole patch out of sweetgrass. To leave some because it needs to grow again for the next following year.
And that's why when you're gonna pick plants, and when you lay your tobacco down and you pray to the plant, and that plant grows again, because everything has a spirit. And when you put your tobacco down, you're asking the plant, you're offering, and you're asking the plant to keep growing.
I'm going to add a Cree word in there. Tina was saying that everything has a spirit in it. In our language, we call it tayukanut. That's why we offer tobacco when we are going to go pick something. Doesn't matter, even if it's a rock or, whatever. Even when somebody goes and kills an animal, you offer tobacco because that animal, tayukanut, has a spirit. Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. And my next question was about the protocols for picking, but I think we've kind of covered it.
Yeah, the tobacco.
So my next question is, how come you can't blow out or put water on smudge?
Because the smudge and there's blessings in that when you smudge the sweetgrass and all that smoke, and when you're praying and all that, it all goes up to the Creator, and because it has a spirit, it goes to the Creator, and when you blow it with your own, like trying to like blow, even the fire has a spirit, right? And you're not to blow it, because when you're smudging and you try and blow it, then you cut off all the prayers and all that asking for a blessing. You cut that all out. So that's why they say you don't blow it. You can use a feather to get it going, but never to blow it, because it has a spirit. Wait, this time.
Bueno.
Okay, thank you. Going back to sweetgrass, I wanted to ask, why do we braid sweetgrass?
I think what I wrote down is sweetgrass is braided because it represents Mother Earth. The 3 sections represent your mind, your body, and your spirit. That's why, you braid it. That's my understanding.
Tapuin. Kapi hata miuma, when you braid the sweetgrass, kaskawa. Yeah, you sit quietly. You don't talk while you're braiding it, because you're all at the same time while you're braiding it, you're asking that plant to bless you, to heal you, and for yourself and your family and everybody around you. So you sit there quietly. When you braid it, you're praying to the plant at the same time, asking for all these good things. So you're braiding in to have Mu Mamtanichigan, good mind, Mu Tehuin, good feelings, and Mu Scots Mu Machuin, a good health for yourself and everybody. And all this, when you're braiding this sweetgrass, this sweet husk, you do not use anything. You use the whole plant itself to make this braid. You're bringing everything together after you're done braiding. Is this how you want your good life to look like? All combined, not too tight and not too loose. Just right, just right. Naigo. And I remember there will be some sticking out. When you are braiding, there'll be some pieces of sweetgrass sticking out. You do not use a knife or scissors to cut them off. You got to use your hands. Everything is done by hand. So what you do is you snap each one of them. And those extra little blades of grass that are there, you can smudge with that later. So, when you're handling miyakasigan, any kind of any kind of smudging plant, you gotta do everything with a good mind, a good heart and your good spirit. Because how you think, it could be passed on to this plant, this husk or whatever you're picking. And when you smudge with that, for example, that sweetgrass, it's not going to be a good, entity going through that gate on, So anytime you are dealing with things like this, sacred plants, everything has to be done with a good mind, good heart, and good spirit. Even when you're picking them. So that's what my Gugumat always told me. Never go pick anything if you're angry. That plant was never meant to be picked with anger. Some people, man, yes, Earl, people should know better that they should not even be touching this any kind of smudging plant while they're under the influence of drugs. You got to have a clean mind, a clean body, and a clean spirit. The Creator, Kuhtawin, gave us these sacred plants to become good people so we can help others. And we need to smudge ourselves so we can be strong to help other people, especially now with this pandemic. People should not be touching stuff that are, if they're under the influence of any sort of alcohol or drugs, especially sweetgrass or any kind of smudging plant. Do you want to add anything?
Sometimes I see this even when there's drummers, they're under the influence and they still have they still go ahead and smudge their drum and stuff. They don't have that respect for their drum because the drum has a spirit in there, a real good spirit. When you listen to songs, that drum, the beating of the drum, it softens your heart, especially when people are hurting or in pain or mourning. When they listen to the drum, that heals their soul, their spirit. So a lot of times I agree that people that are in under the influence should not be touching the sweetgrass or go near the drums, because they're disrespecting it, and I see that a lot. So that's why I thought I'd say something about it a little bit. I'm not here to judge anybody or to hurt somebody's feelings, but these were the things we were taught and it was passed down, and I'm just trying to pass it down to other people. So I don't want to offend anybody, but hopefully they'll take good knowledge from there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I was wanting to add a little bit on the blowing of the fire. Well, I tell you guys that it has a spirit. And my dad always used to say, why you're not to blow fire, blow it into the fire and stuff like that, because he says you'll make it real windy, like a big wind will come, or else there'll be a fire somewhere, a fire will start. These are some of the things he always said. That's why you don't do that, like. Anyway, that's what I just wanted to add on there. So
Okay, thank you. Some of these questions I think we've already.
yeah,
I was going to ask about sage and sweetgrass. How long do you have to hang it to dry after picking before you use it?
you have to. I don't exactly know how long you have to hang them or dry them, but you hang them and dry them till they're really, really super dry, because if you don't, then they won't burn.
Right.
What do
Yeah.
you want to add on that?
Oh, yeah. I about that, what Tina was saying about, she asked that question about how long you should to dry, hang up the seagrass to dry. You know, don't, first of all, do not bunch up your braids in big bunches, because what's going to happen, and don't wrap your seagrass in plastic, because it's going to cause a lot of moisture to develop. Okay? And your seagrass will get moldy. So they have to be tied. Like when I pick mine, man, I usually tie them about 4 or 5 in a bunch, not too tight, and they're not all together. And I hang them separately, so they let the air go through them and they dry up faster. You'll know when they're dry. Don't and then when you think they're dry, but you can go and touch them, to see if they're dry, like dry grass. You can I usually use a canvas um, canvas cloth, and I wrap the sweetgrass in there, and then I hang them up on the wall. And same thing with buffalo grass. See, when you go pick it, you lay it out. I usually lay out, I pull the buds out of the plant, the stem, and I lay out the buds on a newspaper and let the sun dry it. I do it inside. Well, they dry inside. And one thing I was going to mention, try if you have a young girl in your house. I remember my mom, my late mom, my late kuku used to say, "We got skin away, we kas pizza skinik skok day at." They used to both my late mom, my late kuku used to tell me, don't ever keep sweetgrass in the house if you have a young girl in the house that has, when she has her moon times. Because a girl, when they go through the moon time, is very powerful. It soaks it, and could we pachita can kind of weaken the spirit, the power of that sweetgrass or the smudge you have in your house. So if you have a young girl, try to keep your sweetgrass. Maybe if you have a shed. I know my mama and my kukum used to hang their sweetgrass in the shed. And we used to have a wood shed, and they used to go hang it in there. So, yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up, especially with families, if there's young girls, and if you have a sweetgrass in your house or any kind of smudge. And another thing is, I was going to mention, especially the ones with young girls, again, I was going to mention, I was never, when I was growing up, I was never allowed to pick sweetgrass or any kind of smudging plant. During my moon time, or even I was always, my kukum always said, "Peho, wait, pegay mi giskaw." Said, "Wait 1 week, even after you finish having them. Wait 1 week. This way, you're just showing respect for the smudging plants." Am I right there?
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to share with you. Just to let you know, I grew up I was brought up strict. The old ways. My late kukum, my late mom were my teachers. They never spoke. They didn't speak English. And they grew up very traditionally too. So I wanted to tell you that, share that with you. That,
And she was, Courtney was asking here on this note about like why it's very extensive thing to talk about it, but when you're on your time, when you're a little girl, and then you're when you receive your moon time, you're very powerful, and you're a very powerful woman because you bring life into this world, and that's why us women are really, really powerful women. We bring life into the world, and with a lot of pain, and then we nurture our children, we breastfeed our children, we raise them as best ways we know how. But when you first are a young woman and you're so powerful, you can destroy a lot of things. Even you can destroy sickness. It's nothing dirty about it. It's the way you cleanse your body. So I don't want the young girls to think that they're when they have their time that they're dirty. They're not. They're really, really powerful women to think of themselves that way, not the wrong way. I just wanted to touch up on that a little bit.
it's just to, growing up, like Tina and I, we grew up in an era where, in a time where we were taught to respect everything around us, and we're not trying to. You're right about that. We're not trying to. Well, I'm not trying to say that women or girls are dirty. It's just to show respect for the culture that was given to us from way back then, and also to show respect for ourselves. That's what I wanted to add with after Tina said. So, Courtney, you got any more questions that you wanted to ask?
I only have one more question for you, Tina. Can you light sweetgrass with a lighter or only with a match?
Well, like I said, you always have to focus on the natural things, like a match comes from wood or paper. When you use a lighter, you can kill that spirit because it has chemicals and in the lighter.
Yeah.
That's why we were told always try and use a wooden match or a paper match, so you don't kill the spirit when you're lighting it. That was the way we were taught. Kema
Bad one.
and bata and
Yeah.
bata, and then that chemical, the gas, whatever is in there, will kill that spirit. That's just a little short form, but that's the way I understood when we were growing up.
Okay, thank you. And
You're done?
yeah, I don't have any more questions.
Okay. I guess that's, and I would like to thank the viewers that are watching Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Gwen King. Thank you, Edna Cottrell, Loretta King, and Pearl Strong. And please, I would like to thank our guest here, Tina Whitford and Courtney Neal, for doing the interview.
Yes, thank you both for all your knowledge.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
And that's another day of asohnamakitah, which, the whole point is to share this knowledge the best way that, because of this pandemic, that's the only way we know how now. We don't have students in the school. Other than that, we could have had person to person, but this is the only way we know how. So, yeah, and before we leave, I would like to strongly urge everybody to keep listening for the rest of the week, because tomorrow we have kind of two podcasts. One in the morning, 10 o'clock. We have a couple of staff members that are going to be with a guest that'll be doing, actually, they're going to make rabbit soup. Wapos, they're going to skin, mind you, a dead rabbit. So that tomorrow they'll be making rabbit soup. And in the afternoon, we have two male staff members. They're going to be talking about the belief system. They're going to be talking mainly about the little people, suck, and the giants, stapel. And then on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, we have a couple of staff members that'll be talking about wakutu and kinship. And they have a guest speaker that'll be talking about that. And on Friday, we'll wrap it up with two more staff members that'll be talking to have a guest speaker that'll be talking about respect, to stay tuned, and humility, tapahtamun. So yes, please stay tuned, and this is all for your usage. That's the only way we can do this. And please keep sharing this podcast to other people. That's the whole point. You have any last words there, somebody? Oh, okay. In the morning, every morning, starting tomorrow, we start at 10 o'clock, Saskatchewan time. And in the afternoon, we're going to start 1 o'clock, Saskatchewan time. We have one tomorrow afternoon. Okay, so yeah, please stay tuned. You got that, Pearl? 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Did you hear her? Yes, Pearl? Thank you. And thank you so much, Kat Moran. Did I? And please, when you were making comments, can you please tell us where you're coming from? Be so cool. I can get somebody from Hawaii. So do you have any last words, Tina, before we, and I like to say, Mustas. We don't have a word for goodbye in our language. Mustas.
Thank you for tuning in, Gwen and Loretta and all the viewers. Thank you for listening to us, and we tried our best. I only shared the knowledge that I was taught when I was growing up with my grandparents and my dad. Oh, thank you. The Montana viewers.
And please keep sharing in Montana.
Yes.
And even in Alberta. Where are you from in Alberta? Musquatese? No? Yes?
Edmonton. City of Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Oh, yes. Edmonton. Naskitum na.
Okay, Courtney, you gotta end it.
Huh?
Yeah, you gotta say goodbye.
Okay.
You know what Courtney is going to say? See you later. That's
Yeah.
it. Go ahead, Courtney.
Exe.
Moistas.
Moistas.